This is Kamera with Points in the Bible, day number 19, Exodus chapter 4 through chapter 6. Moses is still protesting. He doesn't want to do as God is telling him to do. What if the people don't believe me? God give him some miracles and tell him to perform those miracles. I can't speak that well. God is like, who created the mouth? Who created the ears and those type of things like the sight and Moses basically says, can you send someone else? I don't want to go. And so God, he's so patient, he's so kind, which is a great point, guys. First of all, Moses was told to get out of his comfort zone. He done built his life in a whole nother area. He left all those problems behind him. He didn't want all that drama. But God was sending him. So he was asking Moses to get out of his comfort zone to do what he wanted to do. But what I did like about Moses is that he didn't just simply ignore God. He didn't simply ignore God. He actually, went back and forth with God until God was pretty much angry. But at least God made some allowances. God said, well, we'll send your brother Aaron with you. But God told Moses, I'll teach you what to say and what to speak. You don't have to tell God your issues. He can't speak that well. You do not have to tell God your issues, but it's good to tell him your issues if you want to talk to someone. But God reminded him who gave the mouth. And he said, I'll send Aaron. He speaks well, and I'll teach both of you what to say. All right, so on their way, though, he packs up his family, and on his way, him and his family's way to Egypt, they stayed at this lodging, and scripture says that God was going to kill Moses. What had happened? Did Moses decide to rebel against God? But his wife, she did some type of circumcision and it cleared up the situation. I don't know the facts on that. But what would make God kill Moses? Remember, Moses had a job to do. He was created, or he was placed in a situation to do what only he could do. He lived in the palace. He understood all of that, everything, how everything was run. And so it's not anyone can just walk up to Pharaoh and say, God said, let people go. It was Moses. So now you have Moses. Was he rebelling? Is that why God wanted to kill him? Not sure. And so Aaron and Moses, God, the scripture says that the Lord spoke to Aaron and told him to go visit Moses, and he did. And Moses told Aaron everything that transpired and what God's plan was. And together they went to the elders and told the elders everything, showed them the signs, the miracles. And so they go and they talk to Pharaoh. God say, let his people go into the wilderness to worship him for this festival. Pharaoh's like, no, but this is the crazy part. Yeah, God told Moses that it wasn't going to be easy. that Pharaoh was not going to agree. But the thing is, Pharaoh got worse with the children of Israel, made their job a lot worse. And so this right here caused the children of Israel to really didn't want to hear anything that Moses had to say. They're like, things got worse since you went and spoke to Pharaoh. And Moses, he did the right thing. He took it to God and said, I did what you told me to do. Now he's worse on them. So God tells Moses to go to Pharaoh again. And Moses is like, if the Israelites won't hear me, or if they won't listen to me, why should Pharaoh? So people may say, well, why even go to Pharaoh? Why would God even harden Pharaoh's heart? God knows why he does what he do. He knows why he does it. And from what I gather from it, he has to teach the children of Israel to trust him. If things are always easy for us, then we don't need God, will we? And we will take him for granted. So, just keep that in mind as you read how God does harden Pharaoh's heart. But remember, with Moses, it wasn't easy to get out of your comfort zone. God was taking him to a level, but God told him, I'll be with you and I'll teach you what to do. Hence the scripture, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, right? We can do all things. But he told him, I'll teach you what to say and and how to speak. But Moses still didn't want to go. So there are some points here, God. We have to trust God. When he tell us to do something, we have to ask. My pastor used to say, ask God for a willing mind. Ask God for the mind to do anything, a willing mind to do it, the desire to do it, the zeal to do it. And would remind me I can do all things through Christ. And my pastor, would have me to repeat that over. This is my former pastor. She's retired now. But over and over and over during the foundation of my growth in the Lord, those are the things she would instill. Ask God for a mind to do it, a willing mind to do it, the desire to do it. And she would have me repeat, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Because it is not hard, it is not easy to do something out of your comfort zone. And that is what he was telling Moses to do. So, yeah, guys. And yeah, it does get harder sometimes before it get better. And Moses was he was like, what makes you, he went back and forth with God. And that's the thing you have to remember, guys. Go to God with your issues. Don't just ignore him and don't do. If you have a problem with it, go back and forth with him. Don't talk about it or rebel or with anything. Just talk to him, because he made a way for Moses to have partnership with his brother, a sidekick. So anyway, if you guys have any points you'd like to add, please place them in the comments. And there you have it, guys. It's day number 19. Points in the Bible, Exodus chapter 4 through chapter 6. You have a God-filled blessed day.